I've been on a bit of a journey recently, since March, where I was diagnosed with testicular cancer. And long story short, I'm alright. I had surgery and I'm okay. I've got surveillance to be done every 6 weeks. But the main reason for doing this video, because I'm not somebody who often likes to talk about medical problems by any means, is just in case there's somebody out there who has suddenly discovered a lump or isn't aware to check themselves carefully, that it's not embarrassing. It's just something that is sensible to do to make sure that you'll be alright. Now, like I said, it was discovered in March. Obviously went to the GP to get it checked out. Obviously they checked it, and within a couple of weeks I had an appointment with the hospital, who were absolutely amazing, and they gave me a scan, they did blood tests, and they did confirm that it was cancerous. What type was going to come later, but by the sort of midpoint of April, sort of about 3 weeks later, I was in surgery. Really quick turnaround. It was surprisingly easy. Actually, doing the surgery, I was never had any sort of surgery like this before, and it was actually all done within a day. I was in there in the morning, and they prepped me by about sort of 10 o'clock, and I was home by about 6 o'clock or something. So yeah, it was all very fast, but it was all alright. I was quite lucky in that it was a very non-aggressive form of cancer, and it's also very slow acting as well. So literally just one testicle removed, to which they offered me for a prosthetic, which I said yes, because otherwise just having one rattling around on its own is just going to feel a bit weird to me. So yeah, I went for a prosthetic, which was actually really quite good of them when you think about it, with the NHS offering that as a service and recognising that there could be some sort of mental ramifications of having something gone, that they would offer that to you. So yeah, props to them. I've got a scar. This is about week 5 after the surgery, so it's still healing. It's getting there. I can walk like normal again, which is the main thing. I can actually overtake people when I'm walking down the street, which I'm happy about. But as far as all the specifics go, just the main thing is, if I hadn't been aware of this and hadn't checked myself quite often, this could have been a lot worse. And that's really the main reason why I'm making this video. I don't like to talk about this sort of stuff very often, especially not putting it out there for everyone. But I will say that if you are, between the ages of sort of 30 and 40, or I can't remember the exact ages that they say, but check yourself carefully. Doesn't have to be, a rigorous check all the time, but just keep an eye on any changes down in that area. If there's any sort of weird lumps, the doctors would rather you go to them and get it checked out than not do anything at all. And really, it's not that embarrassing when you go and do it. You know, they're professional. They've seen this sort of stuff all sorts of times, and they will be really good and supportive about it. And the hospital who dealt with me, the consultant, the oncology team, the surgery team, they've all been absolutely fantastic. I cannot fault a single one of them. They've all been so supportive and understanding, and just give me the right information I needed at that time. Obviously, it's been a roller coaster of emotions. Luckily, I've been able to remain quite strong and positive, but before I got the actual diagnosis, I was a bit of a mess, to be honest. So my anxiety, not knowing what was going on, what it could be. When I looked online at that point, others in that similar situation have suggested going on things like antidepressants, which, if you know you are susceptible to that sort of thing, then it might be an idea. If you do get yourself checked out and there is a lump and you're waiting, that's up to you. That's your choice. Whatever works for you, really. Once I was lucky and didn't need that. But I will just say that they give you so many resources. They give you so many numbers that you can call, so much information to check through, that you can kind of have as much information as you feel comfortable with to understand your situation. And you can't really say much fairer than that, really, because it is scary. And they do everything they can to help you. So really, the main thing I want to say about this is that check yourself regularly. If you're unsure, go to your GP. And if there is anything, you may not have to wait that long to get things sorted. Like I say, I went to a GP on like 28th of March, something like that. Surgery on the 21st, and here we are, 31st of May, and I had an appointment today to basically decide if I needed to be surveyed, sort of go on surveillance for the next few years, or if I wanted to have chemotherapy. Now, luckily, the type of cancer I had, and with the surgery, meant that the chances of it coming back are only 10%. With the chemotherapy, of which should only be one treatment, it would only reduce it down to 3%, thereabouts. So it's not really that much better, but some people like to go through it anyway to be sure. There's no right or wrong answer with that. One thing that I was also impressed with them, with the hospital, was it wasn't just their own team that looked at it. They also sent it to one of the other main hospitals, to get all of their opinions on it as well. And again, in this case, they said either direction would be fine. So with things like chemo, obviously it can affect your immune system, how fertile you are. Obviously, as you know, for one blast of chemo, it's not going to affect your hair. Really, it'd be very unlikely. But there's lots of other side effects with it. I mean, it's a poison to put in your body and to attack something much worse. So, yeah, decided not to go that route. But yeah, for anybody who has watched this, just, you know, check yourself out carefully and go to your GP. That's all I can say. And should somebody get sort of who knows me find they do end up going through something like this, please do reach out, and I'll be happy to talk through the process and give you any support you need. So that's it, really. So I'm alright. I'm right. Like I say, just it's going to be lots of surveillance and making sure that it doesn't, it doesn't come back in that form, or there are no more markers. But aside from that, I will just say that what the surgeon told me is that this is one of the forms of cancer that they can 100% say it is cured just by the surgery. So what I do want to say really is just to sum it up again. If you do have testicles and you are of that age, just get yourself checked out. Check yourself regularly. They recommend in a shower just because it loosens up the skin a little bit. But make sure that if there's anything that feels a little bit weird, get it checked out by a GP, and you'll be fine. Okay? It's better to get these things checked out than to leave them. Even if you think you're just causing hassle, you're not. Trust me. Far better you cause you waste a few hours of your day getting yourself checked out than something else happening. So, I'm rather thankful to the hospital especially, but particularly I'd say to my friends and family who have been supporting me all through this, and also my boss, who's been fantastic. So anybody who I've had the courage to tell about this, you've all been brilliant at helping me through this difficult time. So thank you. Seems a bit small to just say thank you, but I can't really put into words how grateful I am to have all of your support with this. It was one of the most difficult times I've been through, and you all were absolutely amazing. Thank you. So please, take care of yourself and check yourself out. I'm okay. It could have gone a lot worse, and I'm very thankful that there are charities out there that brought this to my attention, like the Robin Cancer Trust and Oddballs, and because otherwise, if I hadn't checked myself regularly, who knows where I'd be right now. So all is okay.